Hi everybody, welcome to Samhain, the End and the Beginning. Now we've come to the last of our workshops together and we've come full circle. The wheel has turned back to Samhain once again. And as I'm sure you remember from the Samhain, the first workshop we did together, Samhain is a time of ancestors, it's a time of celebrating those that have gone before us. It's also a time of letting go the things that we don't need in our lives so that we can move fresh into the new wheel. And it's a time of rebirth, the time where the wheel starts again. So in this workshop you will of course be doing as we did at Samhain in the beginning of our journey. You'll be looking at the stories from your ancestors, maybe this time choosing a story from a different ancestor, from a different person who has walked the wheels before you and passed on, to see what lessons they brought to your life. You'll also be making your apples and letting go of the things that you no longer wish to work on and no longer wish to take with you into the next wheel. And we will also be celebrating the birth of the new year. However, Samhain has another teaching, one that is very difficult for you to understand when you begin to walk the wheel, and is easier once you have walked an entire wheel to understand. And that's about the pattern of growth in everything in nature. Now, while we've been working together, we've been talking about this cyclical nature of time, that time doesn't go from A to B, that time carries on in nature in a circle. But what I didn't explain to you at the beginning is that the growth of life is not actually a wheel, it's a spiral. And here at Samhain, we've reached the transition point where we spiral into the next wheel. So each turning, each circle on the spiral is one wheel, and then we spiral to the next and the next. And I think that's that makes Samhain so special, why we have these thinning of the veils between the two worlds, because this is a major point of transition. And you know, we've talked during the workshops about how the time just before day and night, or just before night and day, is a point of power, because it's that transition time. And that was what's going on in Samhain, or at least how I understand Samhain energy to be, is this time of transition. So in this workshop, not only will we be looking at the ancestors and letting go, we're also now going to be looking at your journey. What is the wheel of the year for you? How has your wheel been? What is the story of this wheel for you? What teachings are you going to take with you into your next wheel? And also you'll be able to look at this and start to see the rhythm of your wheel. Now you might already notice that as you've been working with nature for this entire year, you may also feel that you can start to feel and sense the changes, the shifts of energy, the physical changes in nature more than you could previously. And looking at this entire journey that you've taken will give you a chance to really understand that rhythm more and more. And the more that you do this, as you continue working with the Wheel of the Year on your own, the more you'll start to begin to understand your own rhythm. So this time we will also be making our own Wheel of the Year journey story and pictures and sharing those with each other. It's going to be a fantastic journey as always. Blessings. Enjoy.